Okay, drawing students, we have just now finished our drawing warm-ups and exercises that you did in your drawing packet. And now here we are with our first drawing project. So we're looking at Jim Dine as our inspiration for this project. He's an artist, a contemporary artist that does a lot of drawings of objects around. So he's an American contemporary artist, born in 1953 in Ohio. And most of his drawings are very large scale images of tools and objects. So here is careful observational drawings of everyday objects on a large scale. So you're going to use one of your pieces of drawing paper and you're going to draw some kind of a tool or object. I would, if you're not in the classroom, I would look around and find some tools that you might have around, some drawing tools or your tape dispenser, stapler and things like that. Look for those kinds of things that are interesting to you to draw. So you're going to do a careful observational drawing of an everyday object on a large scale. So draw it to scale on the paper that you have. If you have 12 by 18 paper, draw a larger version of this tool to fill the page. Here's some more examples of Jim Dine's work. Looking carefully at some of the shadows and values of the object to bring out the details. In this case, he has shaded the background a little bit to kind of create, one, the cast shadow. Two, it really allows the object to be lifted off the page a little bit when you have these dark contrast of edges. Here's more examples. Now he's using, one of the exercises I have you do was doing a drawing that's more gestural. So he's got some background here that is a little looser, and then the drawing is nicely rendered with the values. The details make the difference. So if you can see in this picture here, he's really left the white of the paper to show the highlights. You could also go back with like a white charcoal pencil and lighten the lights and darken the darks. A real nice contrast of the background to the foreground, to kind of really lift the object off the page. All right, so here's more examples of his tools. Paintbrushes would be good. Some of your office supplies and things, maybe even a telephone. Your remote, that might be interesting. So if you can see here, size up the item so it fits well on the page. Use your drawing paper that you have in there. I've included cardstock, but on these two, I want you to use the drawing paper. You're like you did with the exercises, you're going to do a contour drawing where you're going to draw the outline first and then add the shading. Don't forget the cast shadow. That really allows an image to come to life and look more three-dimensional, as well as some of the real fine details as the highlights. That really kind of brings a drawing to life. And consider what you're going to do with the background. Once you've done a one object drawing, I want you to get multiple objects and draw those together. Arrange them in an interesting way to you. Plan your composition. Draw out the outlines first and then begin to add your shading. It's good to draw everything out first so that you can kind of get the layout and you're happy with that layout. Once you start shading, you don't really want to have to redo that. You are welcome to redo so long as you have paper, and if you run out of paper, let me know and I will let the remote, I'll send some home with the remote. I'll leave it in the office for you to pick up. Otherwise, those that I see on a regular basis, you can get more if you need it. Now, here are some student examples from a previous year. Feel free to allow the tools to go off the page if that's interesting to you. Fill the page. Here's a one tool drawing. Here is several tool drawings. Same here, Lily Morrissey. One tool drawing. This is more of a complex tool. So a dustpan and broom, some bolts, screws, and maybe an apple. You decide what you want to put in this drawing. I'd like it to kind of focus on things like tools or objects that have some usefulness to them. And here's one more set of examples. Art tools are great, pliers, woodworking tools, anything like that. Find something that's interesting and go from there. All right, good luck with your drawings.